Have you ever wondered why you look the way you do or why some animals have unique characteristics? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? Well, the answers reside in two powerful processes that have been shaping life on our planet for billions of years: evolution and natural selection. These concepts are the invisible hands that have sculpted the diverse tapestry of life around us. So, are you prepared for a journey into the heart of life's most intriguing puzzle? Get ready to unravel the mystery of life on Earth. Evolution is not just a theory, but a scientifically proven principle that explains the diversity of life. Let's delve into the concept of evolution a bit more. Evolution, in essence, is about change. It's about how species transform over generations, giving rise to an incredible array of life forms we see today, and many that have lived and died in the past. But how does this happen? Imagine a game of telephone where a message is whispered from one person to another, and with each whisper the message changes slightly. In the same way, genes, the units of heredity, get passed on from parent to offspring, but with slight variations. These variations occur randomly and are a natural part of reproduction. They are the raw material for evolution. Now, not all variations are created equal. Some might give an individual an advantage, like a longer neck for a giraffe to reach leaves high up in the trees. Others might be disadvantageous, like a mutation that causes a disease, and some might have no noticeable effect at all. Over time, advantageous variations tend to increase in a population because individuals with these traits have a better chance of surviving and reproducing. This is where we start to see changes in species over generations. But it's not just about survival. Reproduction is key. The individuals that pass on their genes the most are the ones that are successful in an evolutionary sense. This is why we see such a wide variety of reproductive strategies in the animal kingdom, from the elaborate dances of birds of paradise to the nurturing care of mammalian parents. Now, when these changes accumulate to a point where a group of individuals can no longer interbreed with the rest of their species, we say a new species has formed. This is known as speciation, and it's how we get the vast diversity of life on Earth. So we see that evolution is all about change, but what drives this change? Enter natural selection. Natural selection is the driving force behind evolution, but what exactly is it? Well, if you imagine a bustling city, it's like the traffic control system, guiding the flow of life and determining which traits get to cruise through the green lights of survival. Picture this: a group of birds living on an island. Their food, seeds, come in all sizes. Some are small and easy to crack open, while others are larger and require a stronger beak. Now, some birds are born with stronger beaks than others, and they can eat both small and large seeds. But the birds with weaker beaks can only feast on the smaller seeds. If a drought hits the island and small seeds become scarce, who do you think will survive? The birds with stronger beaks, right? Because they can still access the large seeds. This is natural selection in action. Natural selection is a process that occurs over generations. It's not a conscious choice made by organisms, but rather a result of environmental pressures. Organisms that are better adapted to their environment have a higher chance of survival, and thus, are more likely to pass on their beneficial traits to their offspring. Think about our bird example again. The birds with stronger beaks survived the drought, so they had offspring with similarly strong beaks. Over time, the population of birds on the island shifted to predominantly strong-beaked birds. This is how natural selection molds species. But remember, it's not about being the strongest or the fastest. It's about being the best fit for the environment. The traits that are advantageous in one environment may not be so in another. For instance, a polar bear's thick fur is beneficial in the Arctic but would be a disadvantage in the Sahara Desert. So, natural selection is like a sculptor, chiseling away at populations over time, honing traits that are beneficial for survival in particular environments. It's a dynamic and ongoing process, shaping life on Earth in all its wondrous forms. So, natural selection ensures the survival of the fittest, shaping the course of evolution. Now that we understand evolution and natural selection separately, how do they work together? Imagine evolution as a grand, sprawling tree, its branches reaching out in every direction, representing the diverse life forms on our planet. Now think of natural selection as the gardener, pruning and shaping this tree, deciding which branches will flourish and which will wither. Natural selection and evolution are two sides of the same coin, locked in an eternal dance. They're like two gears in the grand machine of life, each one turning and influencing the other, creating a cycle of continuous change. Natural selection is the mechanism that drives evolution. It is the process that favors traits beneficial for survival and reproduction. Picture a group of beetles. Some are green and others are brown. The green beetles are easier for birds to spot and eat. The brown beetles, however, blend in with the environment and are less likely to be eaten. Over time, more brown beetles survive and reproduce, passing on their color to future generations. This is natural selection in action, favoring the trait, brown color, that increases survival. But what happens next? Well, that's where evolution comes in. Over many generations, the proportion of brown beetles in the population increases. This shift in traits within a population over time is evolution. It's not a conscious decision by the beetles to become brown. It's just that the brown beetles have a better shot at surviving long enough to reproduce, thanks to their advantageous trait. So, you see, natural selection and evolution are inseparable. Natural selection shapes life by favoring certain traits, and over time these changes accumulate, leading to evolution. They are two processes working hand in hand, driving the incredible variety of life we see around us. Together, evolution and natural selection paint a fascinating picture of life's diversity. You might be wondering, why does all this matter? Why should we care about evolution and natural selection? Well, the answer is simple yet profound. Evolution and natural selection are fundamental concepts that help us understand the very fabric of life. They're not just theories tucked away in textbooks, they're active processes, shaping our world every single day. Consider this, every organism, including us humans, are products of evolution. Our bodies, our behaviors, even our diseases all bear the marks of our evolutionary history. Understanding evolution can help us unravel the mysteries of our own existence, from why we walk on two legs to why we're prone to certain ailments. Let's take the flu virus, for example. It evolves rapidly, changing its genetic makeup to resist our attempts to fight it off. This is why we need a new flu vaccine every year. By understanding how the flu virus evolves, scientists can predict its future forms and develop effective vaccines. Beyond health, evolution matters in our efforts to conserve the environment. Species evolve to adapt to their environment, but when the environment changes too quickly, as it does with climate change, species may not keep up. Understanding the pace and mechanisms of evolution can help us protect biodiversity and the health of our planet. Moreover, evolution is a reminder of our shared ancestry with all life on Earth. It's a testament to the interconnectedness of life, illustrating that we are all branches on the same tree of life. This is a humbling realization that can inspire us to respect and preserve all forms of life. In education, understanding evolution can foster critical thinking, helping students grasp complex systems and processes, skills that are transferable across various disciplines. So, you see, evolution isn't just about species changing over time, it's about understanding our world, our health, our environment, and even our place in the universe. It's a lens through which we can view and make sense of life in all its complexity. Understanding evolution and natural selection is key to understanding life itself. So, we've journeyed through time, understanding how life has evolved and continues to do so. We've seen how life's vast tapestry, from the simplest microorganisms to the complexity of human beings, is woven by the threads of evolution and natural selection. We started our quest with a question about the origin of life and its astounding diversity. We delved into the concept of evolution, the gradual change in species over time, driven by genetic variation and inheritance. We learned how evolution is not a linear climb but a branching tree sprouting twigs of diverse life forms. We then discovered the engine of evolution, natural selection. It's the survival of the fittest, where nature selects the most adaptable traits, honing species to thrive in their environments. We saw how the peppered moth and the Galapagos finches are living proof of this relentless force. We further explored how evolution and natural selection walk hand in hand, shaping life's panorama. We realized their significance in understanding life on Earth, from antibiotic resistance in bacteria to the human eye's intricate design. And lastly, we pondered on why evolution matters. It's the key to comprehend the past, the present, and predict the future of life on our planet. It's a testament to change being the only constant in this ever-evolving world. The next time you wonder why a giraffe has a long neck or why we are who we are, remember, it's all thanks to evolution and natural selection.